y'all. Good evening. It's Sunday night, Sunday reset. So, we getting ready for the week. I'm going to just wait and see if anybody pops in here. But yeah, speaking of pop, I got my poppy. And tonight we just going to be talking about three must haves because I've had three workout journeys. And every time that somebody asks me how long I've been working out, because I've been getting that question a lot lately, it's like I think about it and I'm like, dang, that is a long time. And then when I tell them how long I've been working out, they're shocked too. But I just wanted to, drop some info. And this is going to be my taste test for this too. This is the first time I've actually tried this Sprite flavor. I usually get which one, the vanilla Coke in it. It kind of tastes similar, but I'm going to see if this one's good. It's really giving Sprite. It's giving diet Sprite, light Sprite, no sugar, sugar free, zero Sprite. That's what it's giving. But it'll do. It's good. It got prebiotics in it, so a win is a win. But yeah, so let's just slide right on into the topic. Um, First of all, let's get into the story time because you can see we cozy. Like I got my bedtime skincare on, so I'm about to lay it down in a little bit, and I just wanted to give some like motivation for the week, or not even motivation, like some clarity, some extra tips, extra steps you can take. Okay, so let's get into why I've had three workout journeys. First of all, is because if you see on my bio on my page, it says I am a keloid removal advocate or whatever you want to call that. Basically, it means I'm here for uh, cutting them out. Like, just live your life, live your best life without them, right? I'm an advocate for that because I've been going through that journey since about 2018 is when I started going the surgical route for them, and it's been working, but it has been a long journey as we can see. But anyway, that's why I've had three workout journeys because every time I go for a surgery, I end up having to stop working out during the healing process, and that'll be about like anywhere from the shortest was 3 months. I got back to it in like actually 2 months one time, and then the longest, which was the second to last one that I had, it was like 7 months, 6, 7 months I didn't work out. So with each time that I didn't work out, I lost a whole bunch of muscle and I went back to not exactly how I was when before I first got my first results. Um, Let me see. I'm gonna learn how to work this live, y'all, and start like trying to put pictures in there or whatever. But for now, yeah, if you go on my page, I got a whole bunch of before and after pictures. So before I started working out, just imagine blowing up a balloon and then like deflating it, but it still kind of got the shape. Okay. So every time that I would have a surgery and then I wouldn't work out, I would have like that deflated shape after, my muscle atrophied after a couple of months of me not working out. And that law is true. If you don't use it, you do lose it, right? So that's why I've had so many workout journeys. Okay. 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 Now, let's get into how I just tips I noticed that would make everyone successful, and also some mistakes when it was taking super long for it to be successful. Trixie, what is going on, mama? My cat she's been antisocial all day. First, yeah, now she want to act scary. Come here, mama. You want to say hi? They've already seen you in the video. Don't be like that. Oh my gosh. If y'all could see her, y'all see her in the corner. There she go, being a weirdo. But anyway, where was I? Okay. I was gonna get into the three. I'm sorry. This is a live stream, a night live. We chit chat, girl chat. We just, you know what I'm saying. So it's taking me a while to get into it. I'm sorry. I'm not like, this is what you need to do. I'm sorry. I'm just free flowing tonight. I'm like, want to talk to my subbies, want to talk to my EA dolls. So yeah, I the first thing that I noticed was that I was like, okay, I need to, girl, now she want to come over here and start me out. Bye. The first thing I noticed was that I need to clearly define my why and make a decision. You hear all personal trainers say this, and I am also a certified personal trainer. I've worked at gyms and I have trained clients privately. So I don't know if y'all have ever taken an assessment at the gym, like that free session that they give y'all, that they be chasing y'all around the gym like a chicken with his head cut off, trying to get y'all to take that free session. And then if you take it, you sit down with them and they're like, okay, I don't know. Has anybody ever asked you how serious a level 1 to 10 are you about your workout goals? Comment the number that you gave them if any trainer at the gym has ever asked y'all that. We ask that because we don't want to waste each other's time because we already know that's the number one most important thing. You would think it would be diet. You would think it would even maybe be the program. You would think it might be genetics. It's not none of that. It's not any of that. It is literally how did you make up in your mind, like 1 to 10, how serious are you? How committed are you to the process? And is this something that you really want right now? Because for some people, it may not be something that is on the top of their list right now. They may be super busy. You might have be a mom and be working full time, or even if you just stay at home, it's still a lot on you. And, it just might not be at the top of the list. So we say that to say, get yourself to the top of the list though. Because 9 times out of 10, if it is something on your mind, you just haven't got to your real why. You're not admitting to yourself the real why. And sometimes the real why will make you mad. That's perfectly fine. Please transmute that. I'm not about to cuss, but you know what I'm saying? Like, transmute that energy. Please do it. Energy is not lost from one party to the next. What do you say on Two Can Play That Game? It is merely transferred. So yeah, make sure that you transmute that energy. Make sure that you get to your real why. And it doesn't matter what emotion the real why gives you. Okay. Just use it because it's going to be useful. The other thing that I noticed with all of my workout journeys, of course, that will be the first thing. But another thing that I noticed is that I will have to let go of expectations. And it's really weird because you're thinking, okay, but my why, I'm supposed to be super, super committed, super serious. I'm supposed to be at a level 10 for this result, for these results I want. It's supposed to mean everything, but I'm supposed to not care at the same time. Yeah. Kind of like I'm not woo woo or anything like that, y'all. I'm not into I'm I'm into manifesting with God. Okay, I want what we want to manifest together, but I'm not into like separate manifestation though. But how people are, how they say in manifestation, like you're just supposed to let it go. It's the same thing though if you're Christian. Like if you pray, you are supposed to give that prayer away. You're not supposed to think about it again. So it's the same thing with a workout journey. You have to let it go. I noticed that it was times, and of course, look, I'm my own spokesperson. I am my own brand. So it is extremely important to me, not even just for my brand, for me to show up as my best self, to be in the physique that I like the most, right? So I will be pressing to get back to that. Like, oh no. And this is before I even was talking about my keloid surgeries on my socials. And that's another reason why I was open with it, because I'm like, okay, my body be fluctuating like this. I want to be a complete open book. And of course, my main reason is for anybody else struggling with it, and like, let's figure this out together kind of thing. Just putting all my tips out there to get the best results. Right. Right. Off of that. So yeah, I will be rushing to get back to my old physique, y'all. Like doing everything. I remember one time it was like 2021. Yeah, 2021 ish. And I had, you know what I'm saying? I was back to the deflated shape or whatever. And I was in the gym going super hard. When I tell you those workouts had people coming up to me like, are you some type of an athlete, or just coming up to grown men like, yeah, not even trying to talk to me, but seriously on some, whew, you getting it in, like that's crazy. And when I tell you, like the gains was not there. Mosquito noises, like it was not happening. And I just could not figure it out because I was sleeping, I was getting my protein in, and I was working out, but I was not gaining weight. And you know why? Because I was barely eating. And do you know why? Because I was stressed. And do you know why? Because I wanted to get back to where I had a time frame in my mind. Like every week that passed by, I was like, okay, I'm supposed to be gaining like 1/4 of a pound of muscle, and also, and it just was not giving. It wasn't going. My body was like, we're not going. Not right now. We're not going. So I basically had to release from that point, reset, and excuse me, this making me like, and it's live, so it's not getting cut out or anything. Girls' night, I guess. But so yeah, I'm sitting here just being super meticulous, and don't get me wrong, you do want to track your goals. I'm gonna talk about that next. You're gonna want to measure, but me being so close to the expectations, me having that stress me out, it was doing the complete opposite. Do you know that there's a study that cortisol, which is the hormone that is released when you are stressed, literally eats at your leg muscles? It literally eat like it picks the legs. So anyway, we're gonna touch back on that like on another live. I'm gonna come back with more scientific journal studies and all that. But um, needless to say, that journey didn't work out. I was doing everything right except I wasn't taking care of my mental health outside of the gym. And I'm not saying that to say that um I was in a whole bunch of toxic situations or anything like that. Or no, I just, was being really, really, really hard on myself. And outside of that, I had to understand like, hey, you might need to focus on other parts of fitness until things come together for you, until you can get to a point where you're not thinking about the outcome. Like you have to find a way to let go of that outcome. And what I started to focus on was I started to literally focus on other parts of the body, or I would just like stretch, or I might even just start going out taking hikes and then coming back to the gym like the next week or something, but I just needed a break from stressing over it. And I really had to find a way, like I said, to disconnect from the end goal. So that's super important. Just to find a space of like zen. And that doesn't mean that you're not busy and you don't have stuff going on outside of that. But like I said, my mental health was not good, and I had to take care of that first because it was affecting the gym part. It was affecting my results in the gym. And that's something that's not really touched on like that either, but it's just like I was in a super, super, super dark period. And I don't know, I guess I thought working out was helping, or I thought it was going to help, and it does. But as far as, I forgot the guy's name. It's either Jeff Nippert or somebody like that, but it's another fitness. YouTuber, and he talks about how like he tried to gain muscle for a whole year, 12 months, 365 days, and it was not happening. I'm like, I believe it. I get. He was like, I was doing everything right. I was dialed in with the protein, this and this and that, and it just didn't happen. And I'm like, yep, sounds about right. Sounds about like me in 2021. So that's that tip. Like, make sure that you are tending to your mental health to where when you go into the gym, it's bettering it and not the other way around. Um, Another thing that I noticed is like this is a commonality altogether. Hold on, real quick. Hold on. Is that you're gonna have to understand this is a solo mission, sweetie, honey. I learned this on my first workout journey though. I learned this one early. This actually, I want to say going to the gym kind of broke me of codependency a little bit. Of course, I had to do work in other areas and grow in other areas, but I used to have a codependency problem like big. I didn't want to go to the mall by myself. I didn't want to go to happy hour by myself. I didn't want, and I always felt like I had to call my homegirls for something. Well, um, when I wanted to start working out, what do you think happened? I depended on them and was like, not dependent on them, but it was, if all of us were not going to the gym together, it wasn't a thing. Like, I wasn't going to go. Well, my desire for wanting these results, y'all, broke me out of that so bad because I was like, well, I don't know what y'all are about to do, but I'm about to go